Good morning, University of Mindanao.
Good morning, Philippines.
This is Mary Joy F. Ignacio.
And Lexter Tacgos.
And this is UM Philippines.
For the headlines of the news, another milestone for science and technology.
Space program by the Duterte's administration.
Arises of food technology law in the Philippines.
Education for everyone by the government.
Free access of internet connection on public places.
Philippines and its satellite launching.
Indeed, President Rodrigo Duterte have found a way to address the country's lack of scientists. This is also another milestone for our science and technology development state. Peter, take it away.
June 15, 2018, when the science and technology in the country scored another milestone with the signing of Balik Scientist Law of our President Rodrigo Duterte. Republic Act No. 11035, or also known as Act Institutionalizing Balik Scientist Program, would address the country's lack of scientists. These measures provide incentives and assistance to the returning Filipino inventors, scientists, engineers, and experts. Under the law, the DOST or Department of Science and Technology will be the main implementing agency. According to DOST, a returning scientist can enjoy the various forms of compensations that include tax and duty exemption in the importation of professional equipment and materials, free medical and accident insurance covering the award period, reimbursement for expense of baggage related to scientific projects, exemption from renouncing their oath of allegiance to the country where they took the oath, participation in the DOST's grant in aid research development, special working and non-working visas, and DOST's subsidized visa application, round-trip airfare from foreign country to the Philippines, exemption from local travel tax, relocation benefits such as support in security job opportunities for the spouse of admitting children in preferred schools, monthly housing and accommodation allowance, and funding for the establishment and development of a facility or laboratory. According to Senator Paulo Benigno Bam Aquino IV, the principal sponsor and author of said bill, this law is a big help in encouraging Filipino scientists to return to the country and contribute to improve the nation and people's lives. This law addresses the problem on the low number of scientists in the country, so we can fare better with our neighboring countries in Asia who have more people in research and development. This is Peter Ledrosal, UM Philippines.
Government have finally pushed for free education to everyone. Despite the continuous increase of school tuitions, the government made the point to make education for everyone. In the Philippines, 2 out of 5 high school graduates do not pursue tertiary education, hindered by the high tuition fees, in addition to miscellaneous expenses incurred while studying. After spending many years working hard to make ends meet in order to put their children through school to obtain a high school diploma, it is often a disappointment to students who face the choice between working hard to help their family or help their siblings, or sacrificing the education of other siblings so that may be sent to college. In line with this mandate of our Constitution, the Senate must uphold the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels. The bill seeks to make tertiary education in all state universities and colleges free for tuition for its students and fully subsidized by government. Tertiary education is a valuable key that can help Filipino families break out of the poverty cycle, as families headed by tertiary degree holders earn, on average, 2 times as much as families who do not have post-secondary education. Tertiary education is often available to middle-income families. who can afford the high tuition fees and extra costs. As a result, these families continue to keep the benefits obtaining a post-secondary education while poor families continue struggling to keep rich beyond their current economic situation. This is Joseph Bonostro, Philippines.
Filipinos were beyond happy to know that Duterte's administration have finally implemented the free access of internet connection on public places. According to them, this is to allow the citizens to still be able to connect and communicate with others despite in public places.
President Rodrigo Duterte signed into law Republic Act 10929, which creates a free internet access program in all public places in the country. The Information and Communication Technology Department is ordered to ensure there is free internet services in the following areas: national and local government offices, public basic education institutions, public hospitals, health centers and rural health units, public parks, public airports and seaports, and public transport terminals. The DICT is tasked to make sure that each user experience a minimum internet speed of 2 Mbps or the speed requirement indicated in the National Broadband Plan, which President Duterte approved last March. The National Broadband Plan aims to provide connection at least 10 Mbps to subscribe by 2020. I'm Mary Joy A. Daglio, Philippines.
With the launch of Diwata 1, one of the greatest achievements of our country's space exploration program, agencies are more able to download images coming from the microsatellite. This microsatellite program, or well-known PHL Microsat, is a joint venture among the DOST-ASTI, UP Diliman, and the Tohoku and Hokkaido Universities in Japan. The 3-year program spent over 874 million peso to keep more than 50 scientists and engineers, as well as purchasing facilities and equipment.
It was able to launch a 50-kilogram satellite with 4 cameras to capture weather patterns, vegetations, and water resources. These are used by government agencies like the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical Astronomical Services Administration, the National Mapping and Resource Information Authority, and the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council for research and disaster mitigation. Some of the recent images sent in by Diwata 1 includes a top view of Mayon volcano's eruption in Albay in January. During its run, Diwata 1 has so far captured more than 15,000 images, including 22% of the country's land area. However, cloud cover and resolutions remain a problem for image capture. This is Lexter Tacgos,
Act 11052, or the Food Technology Act. This act regulates the practice of food technology in the Philippines, creating for the purpose of the Board of Food Technology appropriating funds. This Act 11052, also known as Philippine Food Technology Act, signed by President Rodrigo Duterte last June 29, 2018. Under the law, the newly created Board of Food Technology is tasked to promulgate, administer, and enforce rules and regulations, as well as supervise and regulate the registration, licensure, and practice of food technology in the country. This is Justin John Lucada, Philippines.
The space program by Duterte's administration is a soon-to-be order that they are planning to implement. They aim to create the National Space Development, which is a precursor to the planned Philippine Space Agency. Now, live from the Philippines studio, let us welcome Department of Science and Technology Secretary, Mr. Fortunato de la Peña. Welcome to the Philippines, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Without any further ado, Secretary de la Peña, what is the purpose of the said office that our dear President Administration is planning?
Well, certainly, this office will invent and make innovations in the field of science and technology. This makes the country's entry into the frontier of space.
Okay, so Secretary, what is the other benefit of this program to the country?
The country needs to boldly move and catch up with the industrial world. Thus, this is the start in which we are taking every measure of scientific and technological proficiency for the state's advancement.
So that is a big plan. So how much is your budget for this program, Secretary de la Peña?
The budget for this program is nearly 150 million, and I would also like to note that this can also be utilized in the other sectors such as monitoring our agricultural crops and for disaster preparedness.
Okay. How do you see this program to help in Philippines as a nation?
Prior to this innovation, the Philippine state in science and technology will continually to upgrade because this also includes more research and thus more development. In the future, we'll be more into high technology.
Well, thank you, Secretary de la Peña.
Thank you.
And that concludes our news for today. For more news and updates, please log in to www.umphilippines.com.ph
Or visit us at our official Facebook and Twitter website. And this is Mary J. F. Ignacio
and Lexter Tacgos. And this is
UM Philippines. Good day.